Today we are covering Jarawas. Jarawas is a tribe which was isolated till very recently, and now uh, it appears isolation is no longer possible. It appears that they themselves want to be isolated. They themselves want to be part of, or they want some help. Maybe because of resource erosion or other issues. So let us discuss them. So these are where Jarwas are. Jarwas in early 1800 only here, southern Andamans. And because of the disappearance of Great Andamense, they moved towards middle and spread across. Okay. And currently they are around 400 only. Many think that they may have come from parent tribe jungle, which is extinct by 20s. So now in Andamans we have Jarawa, Sentinelese, and Owns. Jarwa means hostile in this particular language of Akabi. So this is the position of Jarwas. And like other tribes of Andamans, they are hunter-gatherers. They hunt wild pigs, monitor lizards with bow and arrow. And they also do fishing. Men fish with bows and arrows in shallow waters, and women catch fish with baskets. So fishing is one very important source. From the ocean, they get mollusks, dugongs, turtles as a major part of diet. And they gather fruits, tubers, honey, wild berries, jackfruit, yams, larvae, wild citrus fruits, even turtle eggs around the ocean. Because these are hunters, gatherers, and fishers, they have balanced diet because they have terrestrial sources as well as aquatic sources. So this is how they had been living few decades ago. And you know, they came, they're part of that original African migration. So they came around 65,000 years ago to this place, belonging to Negreto race. So they were like that for thousands of years. And only Recently they changed. So we'll discuss how recent this has been. First friendly contact with Jarwas took place in 1975 by a team from Anthropological Survey of India. First friendly contact. Okay. Earlier, all attempted contacts were very hostile. And then after that, some contacts have been taking place. Outsiders usually take bananas and coconuts. Okay. And Madhumala Chattopadhyaya was the first woman to contact Jarwas in 1991. So what happened in 1991 can be a reference point to compare what is happening now. So the encounters of Madhumala in 1991, who has been working with Anthropological Survey of India, can be a useful time for comparison purpose. So let us look at that. So she was the one, Madhumala. The other says the Jarwa woman went with bananas. The other says the 3 feet distance between Madhumala and Jarawa woman encompasses 60,000 years of timeline. So the time-wise distance between Madhumala and Jarwa woman is 60 plus thousands of years. One naked, another from an advanced civilization. Okay. So this is one interesting picture in 1991. But how she contacted? She was the only woman in that contact team. And one Jarwa woman noticed her on the boat. She waved friendly. And then team leader. In the beginning, Madhumala was not allowed to enter, but team leader recognized that because she was a woman, she had an advantage. And so that helped. Some men came, and then women came, and Madhumala received positively, and woman asked men to leave, and woman touched her body, sensed it, felt, pinched it, touched her hair, seeing like some strange person. Okay, probably the way we look at a woman if she comes from extraterrestrial source. So that's how they saw. And then they interacted in a very friendly way. See, Jarawa woman trusted her 3-month-old baby with Madhumala. And it seems Jarwa mothers feed their babies from their mouth directly into the baby's mouth. in a similar manner as the birds feed their young. So this is one picture, and then this is another picture. Madhumala along with young Jarwa girl helping in the daily chores. The bead necklace around Madhumala's neck is a gift from the tribe. Is a necklace here. So this was the interaction in 1991, which was a very rare thing. And interestingly, Madhumala was around when they were cooking. And it seems Jarwas make fire using the drill method. See, this shows how primitive they were in 1991, using drill method to produce fire. So what is drill method to produce fire? Do something like this.
Dry, fluffed up net.
See there is with a stick doing like this, they produce heat.
Eventually, after a few passes, it gets so hot that it lights the wood dust on fire. What I want to do is collect that wood dust and transfer it
And
to
then
a
the
really
smoke comes.
dry, fluffed up nest of grasses.
And then
just drop that
it's like
hole
this.
right into the middle. And to make that coal turn into flame, all I need to do is blow on it. So I bird's nest it right in the middle, blow right on the hot spot. And as I blow on it, you can see smoke starts to travel through the tinder bundle and burn the material.
So they were so primitive, using like this. Naked woman. So that's how they were in 1991. Okay. Then what happened? Then a road came called Andaman Trunk Road. See, this is Andaman Trunk Road. One main road passing across the length of Great Andaman. This road changed so much of the life of Jarwas. This came up in 1978, construction over by 1988. It is currently called NH4 with a length of 230.7 kilometers from Port Blair to Dijilpur. This road changed everything of Jarwas. From 1998 onwards, they began to initiate contact with settlers. And it's put like this, okay. Many tourists would go, and to the tourists, there was a Jarwa reserve territory. To the tourists, it is a kind of a viewing platform to view Jarwas. Platform to view Jarwas. So many tour operators, private tour operators, organized it as human safari. After all, many people would love to see people who are living like everybody used to live around 60,000 years ago. So civilized man will be curious about forager. So many people used to go, many people used to watch. And then they started doing all kinds of things. Give food, take photos, interact. And also this road led to resource erosion. Resource erosion. Issues of more interaction, more outsiders, more settlers. So Jarwas, we don't exactly know, but by 1998, Jarwas started changing. 1991, they were so isolated. By 1998, they started interacting, showing up, and begging for food, and all kinds of things. So much that many of the things that they were doing changed. Their lifestyle started, I mean, they started getting many comforts, many things. For example, now they have mirrors, clothes, torches, that's flashlights, kitchenware, market food like biscuits, plastic bags compared to oven bags, and some got this alcohol habit also. Okay. And one event took place in 2012 where policemen were cooperating in making Jarawa woman dance for a payment. Look at this.
Nobody was encouraging. See, when you meet a Jarwa, it is his natural reaction or her natural reaction to dance. And naturally, I mean, it did come out in some papers that the police made them dance naked. Well, they're always naked. And I don't think anybody was forcing them to dance or anything like that. But to say that this is happening all the time and that, I mean, I don't think the police is that bored on duty out there.
The media uproar reignites.
Okay. That took place in 2012. So based on that video in 2013, Supreme Court banned ATR for the tourists. But later, it allowed as government promised a buffer zone of 5 kilometers radius without any tourist or commercial establishment from this road. Now from 2013 onwards, vehicles move in convoy 4 times a day with armed escort. So this has been the position. But all this means that hundreds of tourists are going through Jarwa reserve territory, and Jarwas got used to this human interaction. So they started displaying themselves or explaining themselves or even behaving like guides, taking food and all kinds of things from the tourists. So they started interacting. And around this time, resource base was getting eroded. Many poachers would go and were killing the animals, wild pigs and other animals. And meanwhile, some addicted to alcohol. So essentially, their autonomous, independent life is destroyed. Okay. So now some people who have access to Jarwas say that Jarwas don't want to be isolated and they want to be like others. They want many things. They may want to send their children to school, and surely they come to hospital in Port Blair for medical aid. And many times they want a lift from the bus to go from one place to another place. And they interact with many shops to buy things, and they get sometimes money, or if not money, they get certain goods, and these goods are given again in the shop to exchange for something else they want. So Jarwa lifestyle changed so much. See, this is what they are now.
What are you doing to protect the Jarawa tribe?
One, of course, we have a very large area where the outsiders are not allowed at all. And in fact, the area has been increased in 2004 directly. We added about 200 square kilometers to what is called the Jarawa Reserve. Later on, we have also added a further belt of 5 kilometers around the Jarawa Reserve, where the buffer zone, where we don't allow any commercial activity really in the major sense of the term. Yes, there are villagers there, they have their normal lives. We don't want to affect that because we don't want a conflict between the villagers and the Jarawas.
He's concerned that the current police policy of sending them back into the jungle is pointless.
Most of the time they are saying that
we want to stay here in these villages. The police department comes and says that they have to go right now. So Jarwas are being, the police then send them 20 miles away, and after that they walk again for 12 to 13 hours and again are coming back to the villages. They fear that the police department will send them back into the deep jungle and they will have to walk again for 30 kilometers to come back. So they made up their mind to get everything. A few days ago they were asking for a phone. That's why I again request the government of India that the time has come, enough is enough. We should let them civilize, we should educate. We will get good, healthy Jarwa children. We should make a permanent shelters for them. We can build, can increase them from 400 to 10,000 in numbers. So the proposal is that isolation is not possible give the fruits of civilization. That is one. But of course, there are others that if ATR is the reason for all this, then drop this as a route and develop a sea route. This is one. That is one alternative. But as of now, even now, there is a proposal to widen this ATR, even without any environmental clearances. And it appears government wants to develop the entire region economically for tourism, and for trade and for military purpose. So more and more people will go and there would be more disturbance. And so probably isolation is difficult. Or maybe Jarwas changed so much that they themselves don't want any isolation. So between the way Madhumala was received in 1990 and the way that Jarwas are pushed into the vehicle and being dropped in the forest, in a deep forest, so that they won't come back, shows that so much change has taken place. So we don't know what is the likely future of these people.